cracking, YouTube? I'm Brandon, and this is Da Vinci's Alchemist. Thanks for coming to my channel. What is that? Sometimes in the lawn, the bugs get you. So today I'm going to take things down a notch, relaxing here in the backyard. And I'm going to introduce you guys to a house called Imaginary Authors. So they are based out of here in Portland, Oregon. And the perfumer and creator is named Josh Myers. So what he does is he envisions these authors that create these books, and he then creates a fragrance based on the books. The one we're going to talk about today is called The Soft Lawn. So the creative idea on this particular fragrance is that the author, named Claude Lecoq, maybe pronouncing that wrong, had this book that he wrote called The Soft Lawn, that he, quote unquote, wrote in 1916 while still attending Princeton University. So it kind of evokes this idea of, pre-Prohibition era, the Roaring Twenties sort of a thing, with people going out in their like tweed clothes, I guess the hat's kind of appropriate to that timeline. I didn't even plan that. That's kind of nice. And playing tennis, drinking mint juleps, that sort of a thing. But the notes that he has in this, which Josh Meyer does on all of his fragrances, is that he manages to create a note that is virtually, pretty much impossible to recreate. In this particular fragrance, fresh tennis balls and clay court are part of the note breakdown. Now, you can't exactly distill that, you can't exactly extract that and add it to a fragrance, so it's really well composed, in my opinion. It's a very, very soft and subtle fragrance. It's not like overpowering. When I get the first bit of it, there is a slight citrus green sort of appeal. I don't think citrus is actually in the note breakdown, but it does come to me that way. I get some very soft woods, almost a sort of dewy grass sort of appeal. For me, this fragrance doesn't make me so much think about playing tennis, even though if you really think about it and pay attention to it, you can actually kind of smell this rubbery, fuzzy sort of appeal, this slight clay-like court sort of, accord. But for me, it reminds me an awful lot of, oh hey, everybody say hi to Bucket. He wants to make a starring role in this. Hi, buddy. Dude, ease up. Okay, chill. Let me fucking finish this thing. For me, this doesn't necessarily evoke the image of playing tennis, probably because I don't really play tennis. For me, it brings me back to memories of playing golf, actually. Specifically, not like the really awesome courses, like the full, legitimates, but like the 9-hole, 3-par or 4-par golf courses where a lot of the time you tee off mats, because that kind of rubbery sort of appeal that he puts into this fragrance, it functions that way for me. And it's definitely that first person on the green, first person off the tee, right there in the morning, that dewy sort of grass smell, from the night before, from when they watered the grass the night, hi buddy, that watered the grass the night before, that definitely comes through for me. Later on down the life of this fragrance, which it has a good long stretch, I wouldn't call it an all day, like a 10-hour. I think for me, I can really pay attention to the subtleties just off of my, my 4 sprays. Good into like the 6 to 7 hour mark, which is great. The dry down, definitely kind of those greener notes start to fade away, retains a lot of that soft wood sort of appeal. And it gives way a little bit to this almost slightly soapy, what is that fragrance note? Ultra Azure. So I also have been dabbling with making fragrances myself and have back burner plans to start my own independent house. One of the notes that I've been toying around with lately is Ultra Azure, and it's kind of this ozonic, watery accord. So I get a little bit of that at the tail end of this fragrance, almost giving it this slightly soapy appeal, not overpoweringly soapy at all, but just towards the end of the life of the fragrance. So let's go ahead and have a look at the official note breakdown presented by the Imaginary Authors website itself. Out of Portland, Oregon, Imaginary Authors, created by Josh Meyer. The perfume notes listed are linden blossom, laurel and ivy leaves, vetiver, oak moss, fresh tennis balls, and clay court. Listed on Imaginary Authors website, to give you a bit of a backstory and visual, Claude Lecoq published his first book, The Soft Lawn, in 1916 while attending Princeton University, a controversial portrait of adolescent upper-class rebellion in New England. The coming-of-age story follows Hampton Perry, a charmingly snotty college tennis champ who, after years of having everything handed to him on a silver platter, finds himself handing it all back. A little-known fact about the author, Claude Lecoq wore only seersucker suits, known in that era as the wardrobe of the poor, and it was his gallant presence at high society dinners and prestigious sporting events that brought the fabric into popularity amongst the affluent in the 20s. When to wear this fragrance? A great leisure scent. Wear the Soft Lawn on weekends or anytime you wish it were the weekend, which in most of our cases is fucking all the time. All in all, the Soft Lawn, to me, is a really, really great fragrance. Part of why I'm presenting it to you today is because it really is this beautiful, independent, niche house, but it's not something that really was going to break your bank, honestly. It comes in 2 sizes, a 50 ml bottle, which I think retails for right around $90, $95. And then, of course, the small travel size, which I believe is right around 14. Oh, let's get that a little bit better there for you. Right around 14 milliliters, 14, 15 milliliter bottle. And that runs you for about 35, 38, I believe, is right around that spot. There is so many amazing fragrances coming out of Imaginary Authors, and I will review more down the line because I absolutely love this house. Not just because it's local in here in Portland, which I really appreciate because I like trying to keep money local if I can, but also because of the fact that it's really not like anything else that I've had a chance to get my nose on. I'm not saying that I am one of the most experienced sniffers in the world. However, I really enjoy it. I think it's a great fragrance house, and I really feel like you should check it out. He also sells the small 2 ml tester bottles. So I suggest you go check them out, imaginaryauthors.com. Get yourself some sample spray decants. Find a couple that you like, because this house is really, really amazing. So in summary for the day, I just hope that everybody is having a nice, relaxing summer. If you're somewhere where it's a little too cold or even a little too hot, go find yourself a nice green patch somewhere, a nice soft lawn. Lay down, get an iced tea, a mojito, pina colada, shit, whatever it is you like, and just relax. Close your eyes, listen to the wind, feel the grass on your legs. maybe even appreciate all the little bastard bugs that are crawling around you. Thanks for coming and checking out my review. Do me a favor and tell me what you liked, what you disliked with a little comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and tick that little bell over in the corner there so you can get notifications. Wherever it is you are, whatever it is you're doing on this beautiful Sunday, on any day, don't forget to keep calm and stink pretty.